going. Yeah, just in a little tractor, just heading over to the other farm. We've got a bit of water that's landlocked that we need to drain. Yeah, before harvest we might take up, pump over and try and shift a bit around. Yes, I'm wearing a beanie. The weather's off its lemon spread at the moment. You would think it's winter. We're back to about a top of 12 or 13 degrees. 1st of November today. Yeah, so it's cold. Another 12 or 13 mil of rain overnight. So yeah, it's a bit relentless at the moment. It doesn't seem to want to let up. But anyway, we're still a lot better than some. So yeah, just worked on the header yesterday. Just changing the knife drive oils and that this morning, and yeah, the guys are. Tommy's just doing a bit of work on the windrow front, and yeah, Brendan's still working on the header front. And yeah, we'll just let there's a bit of wind at the moment, so we'll just let things dry out a little bit. Hopefully we don't get any more rain in the Savo, and yeah, we'll put the rams out with the ewes this afternoon. We'll just let the roads dry out a little bit first. Yeah, so we'll go over here and see what we can find, and hopefully we don't get bogged. I'm just having a look here. You can see, or you might not be able to, you can see this crop here is standing in water. There's a depression here in the middle of the farm. This is a recycle dam, and there's a couple of channels here. There's one over there and one here that run round so you can recycle the water, and we weren't using them, and we just actually had an excavator in here. He started to do it before it sort of started to rain and didn't get it finished. We were actually filling, it was an L-shaped, this recycle dam. We were gonna sort of fill the air in so he could sow through, but what's actually happened is the outlets into the drain were closed and the water's just backed up, and then it's, well, as well as the depression in the middle there, yeah, the water's sort of flowing back into the depression, so which isn't ideal. So it was sort of a bit of a bank here, so I've just had to go out cutting it with the tractor, but that there in front of me is all fill, so I don't really want to drive in there. And even here you can see a little bit, sort of not getting too adventurous because we might go in and not come out. But anyway, we'll have a bit more of a scratch around here and see if we can get it flowing a bit more. But yeah, we're thinking we might bring a pump over, and we can pump it into a channel over here, and then yeah, it will run round and into the back of this recycle drain. Yeah, and then the outlets are over there further. So yeah, some playing in the mud. The sun is starting to have a go at shining, so anyway, we'll keep scratching around and see how we go. A bit of a dig about. I'll just be able to get a bit better look at what's going on here with this depression. So the previous owners, there was actually irrigation bays that ran on the angle here, and why they were irrigating this country is beyond me, because it's nearly raw sand. You can sort of see, well, you can see the line of green crop. It's all this yellow stuff's died just from being underwater. So, but there is actually a drain that runs along here, and I think they've put it in when they had irrigation bays there to recycle the water off the irrigation bays. So what we'll do is we'll bring a pump over. We'll just let that water drain away that I dug out before. We'll bring a pump over and we'll just sit it in here at the corner somewhere, and then we'll pump it in here. So I'll go down in a minute. The other end of this channel I can open up, and it runs around and back into where we were before, into that recycle dam. So, but I just had a block here to stop the water going that way, so we've just dug him out and put him here so we can drop this water in the corner here. Hopefully we've got enough low flat hose to get it over there, but yeah, we'll try and get it out. Like, obviously we're not going to save the crop, but just for harvest, just so it's not wet with the header. It's, yeah, it's going to be, well, we can't actually get in there, I don't think. Oh, we've got a crossing up the other end there. Yeah, we can get in there, but even still, it'll be a bit precarious with the header if we don't get the water out of there. So yeah, we'll keep trucking along. It's raining again. Hello. Yeah, it's raining again. Anyway, yeah, we're running out of shed jobs, unfortunately, which is a bit of a worry, but anyhow, it is what it is. So the guys have knocked off. Yeah, we were just trying to finish off servicing the D65 front that goes on the header, and the other D60 front for the windrower. We just Tommy replaced the centre chain that drives the reel, and gave me a hand to tighten that up, which is not the easiest job to do. And yeah, Brendan, we put new chains on the brown baler there back a while ago, and it hadn't been ran since we did it, so we just hooked it up and made sure it was all right. Everything is just I think most of the stuff's pretty good. One thing we need to do, and we couldn't actually get any of these, there was none in the country, silage. The knives need sharpening, so whether we pull them out and just give them a rub with the grind is probably the easiest at the moment thing to do. So anyway, even Barry's sick of the weather. Are you sick of the weather, Barry? Oh, I'm sick of the weather. Yeah. Anyway, so what we're up to here, we've got a Macdon male conditioner or sickle. Oh, you'll see it anyway. So it's got this silly bloody pull on it. So anyway, what you're supposed to do is you unbolt the top tongue on your pull, and then essentially clamp this gizmo around it, and then it's just essentially got like a category ball that pivots in there. Works alright, but it's a pain in the ass to set up. So what I've actually done is, and I haven't actually haven't shown too much of the welding side of the gig here, but I was fortunate when I did my trade. I did it at a general engineering workshop, so I did everything from pumps to trailers to sheds to, some old farmer mate would bring in something that they've destroyed, and it was back in the day, 25 years ago, where you fix stuff, you didn't chuck it away. So yeah, it was exposed to welding most metals. What else? Forge work. Did a bit of that. So yeah, it was a really good place to learn at the time. It was a bit of a sweatshop in summer and freezing cold in winter. So as a snotty-nosed teenager, it did wear a bit thin at times. But so yeah. So anyway, getting back to what I was going to show you. So what I've done is that there won't fit on the drawbar of the new tractor. So we probably could run it on the Magnum, but I want to do something with it. So what I've done is, and I can't get the pen out, and I can't find a hammer to hit it out. What I've done is I've made up a bit of a apparatus here that I've just tacked together. I had some bushes there that were the right size to suit the drawbar pin, and essentially that'll just slip that in, drop the drawbar pin, hook the mar up, and away you go. And I had a welding category ball here in the shed from another job I was doing, so I'm just going to weld that in there, and which I did cut the hole a bit big, but that'll give us plenty of room for the weld penetration. Yeah, we'll weld it up, and then we can hook the mar up. And look, I don't know, it looks like we're going to get looks like we might get 7 days of sunny weather, or fine weather anyway, after this rubbish goes through. So we might have a crack at, probably not tomorrow, but the next day we might have a crack at cutting a bit of silage and see if we can at least get 20 hectares in a bale. And look, that's, yeah, that's better than nothing. I'm sort of in the back of my head, I'm a bit worried. We haven't got a lot of silage left from last year, and we haven't got a lot of hay on hand. So look, we will do loosened hay and we'll do straw, but yeah, I'm just a bit concerned that we haven't got enough fodder up our sleeves. So we'll try and do a bit if we can. So. Hello, there we have it, welded up. Not pretty, but it doesn't need to be. Yeah, we'll get a bit of a tidy up with the grinder, and there we go. If it stops raining, we might yeah, try and get the mower on the Savo, get a bit of fuel in this tractor anyway. But no, there's no reason why that shouldn't work all right. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Not what we're needing. What do you think, Jesse? Where have you had your snout? Where have you had your nose? Yeah, I'm sick of the rain. Are you sick of the rain? Yeah. Well, you do love the water. Okay, so it's the day after yesterday. We've got the boys in, ready to go. Brendan's already taken one lot round, so yeah, they're not the greatest things to handle, these stubborn bloody things, and they're so big and heavy and like to jump fences and carry on just like adolescent teenagers. So anyway, we join at 2% or sort of 2 ramps to the 100 U's. So, and then yeah, we'll pull them in, put them in for 2 weeks, and then we'll pull them out for a week, and then we'll probably stick them in, mix them up again on the second joining, and yeah, put them back in for another probably 3 weeks. So yeah, about a 5-week joining just to try and get them all. Yeah, anyway, they're raring to go. So yeah, no, they should be right. The new ones, there's a guy standing out there at the front. That's one of the new ones we bought. So good length and pretty good structure. So they've all come off the same place, these guys, so in their early days. So anyway, we'll get them out amongst it, and I'm just doing a bit of work on the truck trailer here while Brendan's yeah, running them round, so we'll just do them in groups of 9 because that's how it works out with the sheep. But yeah, rather than trying to mix them all together on the trailer, it's just easier to do 4 trips, and you can just drop a load in each paddock then. So anyhow, rightio, so this is the Macdon mower conditioner. Yeah, single knife drive. It's an 18 footer, which is, it's not too bad in Lucerne, but yeah, bigger crops it's probably a fraction wide for getting stuff dry. Yeah, so this is the adapter that I've made up. That's how it works. Yeah, why they just can't put a single tongue or something on them. The newer ones are, well, I don't know what the newer ones are like, but I assume they're different. And then it's got a hydraulic pump that fits onto the PDO shaft. The reason we've had to go away from running it on the Fent, because the little Fent, because it doesn't have an interchangeable PDO shaft. It's just got a straight 540, but you can run it at 1,000 RPM, which is, look, it's a pain in the backside, because we usually just put an adapter on it, but the adapters don't fit quite right on the shaft, and then they come loose, and we've done well not to actually damage that PDO shaft in the back of the spline in the back of the tractor. So we've been running it on the mower on the Magnum because it's got the interchangeable PDO splines. So it runs a 21 spline 1000 PDO. So this bigger Fent, it's got interchangeable splines. So look, we'll give it a run on this tractor to see how it goes, but with the Vario in it, and that I reckon it'll be Mickey Mouse to run. So bit about the sickle front, the sickle knife instead of a disc mower, because we've got country with a bit of stone. We just reckoned this mower's second hand, as most of the other stuff we own is, but we just thought with the stone, rather than a disc mower, stones are pretty hard on the displays, and also they make really good things to launch through windows and that sort of stuff. So we went to the sickle knife. It's probably, look, it's not as quick as a disc mower, but the theory is the stones aren't as hard on the blade. So we've had this mower for a couple of years now, so it hasn't done heaps of work. Yeah, it hadn't done a heap of work when we bought it. So yeah, but no, we'll give it a grease, and we'll run it out the other farm. Brendan's running those rams out, so we'll get a lift home with him, and yeah, it'll save a trip. So, but yeah, look, the wind's up. There has been a skiffy shower, but the next, as I said earlier, the weather forecast looks all right. So we'll try and have a crack at this silage and see how we go. Well, we're going. Well, we're pretty slow, but we are going. So yeah, we got the mower conditioner around the other farm last night, pretty late, and yeah, probably should have was in a bit of excitement, bit of tractor work, so probably should have waited. And yeah, we had a couple of crook knife sections, so we didn't do much last night. And look, Brendan's been at it today. Yeah, so look, there's a fair bit of stuff here. It's pretty down and matted and twisted. And yeah, look, you'd probably, with a disc mower, you'd probably be a bit quicker. I think we're only sort of 4.5, 5 kilometres an hour, which is pretty painful. But anyway, it is what it is. With the grounds, you'll see up here, the grounds are pretty good to travel on. Yeah, but we've cut the bottom half of this paddock off. It's there's a sort of a natural depression that runs through it, so we just thought we'll cut it off and just see if it dries out. We might be able to cut the other side of it, something later on. But they are talking rain again middle of next week. What are we up to? Thursday today, so I think Wednesday night or something, Thursday next week they're talking rain again. So I've got onto a tedder rake to hire, so we can throw this stuff back out again. And even if we've got to ted it a couple of times, I think they're sort of talking 27 or 8 degrees on Monday, which will be really good. That's Celsius for those of you playing along overseas. Yeah, so which will be, you know, one of the warmer days we've had so far this spring. But yeah, so but yeah, the new tractor, the Fendt, it is one of the, it's very comfy to sit in. The air suspension on the cabin, it's yeah, like sitting in an armchair at home. It's beautiful to ride in. And look, we're running this mower's, I think I said earlier on, 1000 PTO, so it's running up around that 1850 RPM. So but the Vario, you know, for this sort of work, you can just sneak up a bit quicker and come back a bit slower when you need to. The tractor is working a bit. Yeah, there's a few. It's coming through pretty lumpy at times, and you can hear the condition rollers banging and crashing. And yeah, you can sort of pick when it's loading up. The reel sort of slows down, so you can just ease back on the Vario a bit and let it catch up. And but yeah, when you stand, this Clover, like in spots, is, you know, it's nearly 3 foot tall, sort of nearly a metre tall. So it's there's a fair bit of stuff going through it. But yeah, little joystick here that up and down and swing it from side to side. I won't attempt to film and swing it side to side while we're going. So, but yeah, just got a headland here. We'll turn around and yeah, won't go nuts tonight. It's what are we? Good date. We'll sort of do a couple of hours just to keep it going so we can get finished tomorrow. So yeah, keep marching along. Nightfall's upon us. Yeah, so first time with the lights on the new tractor, and yeah, they go alright actually. So we're still munching away here. Probably won't go much longer. The dews come up and it's still tracked along the same as what we were early on, but yeah, it's getting pretty tough going. The dew had sort of dragged a little bit on me a couple of times, so yeah, anyway, we should get it tomorrow, all going well. Yeah, we'll get this tedder rake hopefully some stage tomorrow and get it spread back out again and get it dry. So yeah, anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Keep subscribing and yeah, stay safe.